Hello everyone, I've got a little story I want to share with you, just as we near the end of the year, right? So one of my instructors was once telling me a story about some military training that he'd undergone. So he's engaged in this military training, it's windy, it's rainy, he's out in a really barren landscape, he's got this heavy pack on his back, and they're trouncing for miles and miles and miles on their own. They've got the map, they know where they're supposed to be headed, and they're told, once you get there, there'll be a Land Rover waiting for you, there'll be, warm drinks, there'll be a fresh change of clothes, get to the Land Rover. Everyone kind of is staggered off, and when he's running, he's thinking to himself, there is no Land Rover, right? He anticipates that this is a test of mental endurance. When he gets there, lo and behold, there's a guy standing and saying, no, the Land Rover's over there. Here's the new coordinates, go and get that. And while he's running, he's thinking, there is no Land Rover. His colleagues, meanwhile, are running, and when this Land Rover that they've been promised doesn't appear, they're absolutely devastated and destroyed. In his case, I knew there was going to be no Land Rover, right? He's prepared. Now, he tells me this story, and on the surface, that could seem like negative thinking, right? There is no end in sight, there is no Land Rover. But I would suggest it's very positive thinking, because what he's really doing is saying, I am going until this is done. I'm not going to when I think it might be done, and I'm not going to when I'm told it might be done. So I like the story, right? A few months later, we're training, we were a really brutal session, I'm like on my knees, and he says, come on everybody, one last drill. So I kind of get up, I'm drenched in sweat, I can barely breathe, my lung and my heart feel like they want to burst out my chest and escape. So I do this one last drill, and I'm thinking to myself, this might not be the last drill. I dropped on my knees at the end of the drill again, I can barely breathe, I can feel the vomit start to come up. And he goes, okay, one more. And I looked at him and went, there is no Land Rover, right? And he couldn't remember telling me the story, so he looked confused, realised, and then laughed, okay? So we get up and we do what was the last drill, right? So as we're here nearing the end of 2020, which has been an awful year for everybody, right? It's been horrible for me. It's not been a good year, right? And I'm sure it's not been a good year for you either. And I hear lots of people saying, I can't wait till it's over, I can't wait till it's over. There is no Land Rover, I would suggest, right? Because when that clock ticks midnight on the 31st of December, all of the problems that we've had to deal with in 2020 don't go away, right? There's end in sight, there's vaccines been rolled out, things seem to be moving in the right direction, but I would caution against waiting for 2020 to disappear in the belief that as soon as we hit the 1st of January, things are going to get better. They probably won't. Not for a little while yet anyway. They're definitely going to get better in 2021. I think we can be confident about that. But I would suggest is, don't believe that there's going to be a Land Rover until you see the Land Rover. So it's a little thought that came into my mind. I thought it might be useful for some of you too. It's a positive message, although it may seem like a negative one, right? It's not over till it's over.